Welcome to the session. Let me know voice is audible. Right. So we are continuing the session of ultimate practice session on C programming, which includes arrays and pointers. I hope the last two sessions which were helped you a lot in understanding arrays and pointers. All right. So now we'll continue the same. I have given some assignment questions to you. I hope you are doing it. We'll do some of the questions today, which are very important. Right. The one question which is asked in the GATE exam, like if you are able to understand these two printf statements, you could do very easily. And here you need to know what is the array of pointers. If you look at this, x is also array of pointers, y is also array of pointers, but that pointer will also point to another pointer. So this is triple pointer, and you need to understand what is this two meanings represent. First we'll focus on what do you mean by this two printfs. Then I'll explain how to analyze the remaining things. So let's focus on the first two things. The one is the first printf has star star plus plus z. You know, you have the pre-increment, you have two dereferences. How you evaluate? First you evaluate the plus plus z. Once you evaluate, then you will apply the star, then you will apply another star, which means plus plus z, which represent z is equal to z plus 1. And then you need to do dereference the z 2 times. So this is the meaning of the printf. The first printf you can analyze like z is equal to z plus 1, and you can print star star z. Okay, you can print this star star z, which is the address is given. So from that address you are going to print the string. Let's look at the another one. What is the second one? Here you see z plus 3 plus is having less precedence than compared to this unary operators, right? So you have the plus plus z, you will do the first, and then you will apply the star, then you will do minus minus, then you will do star. After that you will do plus 3. So if you know this concept, you can do quickly. Again, plus plus z represent, you have to do z is equal z plus 1 first, and then take the star z, and star z you are going to apply minus minus, which represent, okay, you have to do this first, and second the star z is equal to the star z minus 1, and after that you are going to do one more dereference. So once you got that star z value, then you will do a dereference of that. And this is the meaning of the whole expression, right? Take this star z and decrement, and that you apply one more dereference. I hope you are able to understand. You are going to print the string which is there at address star star z. Everybody able to understand? So once you understand this expression, then you can go for understanding your question, right? Of course you can do parallelly if you want it. So I'm just going to give you the layout of this array so that you will not have any confusion over the arrays. चलिए, और x क्या है? x के अंदर 1 2 3 4 4 addresses है. How many addresses? 4 addresses. 1 2 3 4. And the first one is referring gate, GATE, and null character, so which is stored at some other place in the buffer. And the second address is referring exam. This is also stored at some other location, that is exam. And then work. If you have all this in your mind, you can do directly. Right? In exam, don't do all these things. It will waste a lot of time. Directly go to the point which you wanted to do. But understand, this is there in memory. to deal with. Now, Y is another array which has the 4 addresses. X plus 3, which represent address of X of 3. X plus 2, which means address of X of 2. X plus 1, which means address of X of 1. Or kya? Last wala address of X of 0. X represent address of X of 0. I can write X plus 3, X plus 2, but rather always X plus 3. Remember X plus I, which is same as address of X of I. So you can use, instead of X plus I, use always address of X of I to remember or to recall the element quickly. And the last one, which is Z, is a simple pointer which has the Y. Y represent address of Y of 0. I hope you got a clarity what I'm trying to explain. Then let me point out, addresses here. Assume this, the first one is stored at 100, 101, 102. You don't need all this, but just I'm writing 104. And this is 200 and 201, because each character is 1 byte. 203, 204. And assume this is at 300, just for reference, so that you will not have any confusion. 302, 303, and 304. And this is at 400. 401, 402, 403, and then 404. So I can directly write what I have stored here. So यहाँ पर आपको 100 होगा, यहाँ पर 200 होगा, यहाँ पर 300 होगा, यहाँ पर 400 store होगा. Or address of X of 3. I'll also assume the address of this X of 0. Let's take 1000, 1000. Address I'm assuming, let's say 5 bytes. Then 1005, 1010, and 1015. So here address of X of 3 matlab 0, 1, 2, 3. That's a 1001, 1015, 1010, and 1005, and then 1000. Then this also represent some addresses, right, which is stored at some location. I'm assuming 2000. This is 2005. And 2010, 2015. We are storing here address of Y of 0. That is the 2000. So 2000 is stored inside. And this could be somewhere else, let's say 3000. So I hope you got a complete layout of the given program. Now you can understand what is given to you. The first one, Z is equal Z plus 1. So what is having Z? In the Z you have 2000. So when somebody says Z is equal Z plus 1, which should be like 2000 plus 1. As per my assumption, 2000 plus 1. What is there at 2000? 2000 is, you have an address, right? So when you do 2000, normally 2000 means address. Address plus 1, it will increment to the next address, right? That's a 2005. 2000 plus 1 is nothing but 2000 plus 5, because it is the address. Okay, now the Z is updated to 2005. So you should understand, after doing Z is equal Z plus 1, what happened. Then you are going to print star star Z. So what is there at Z? 2005. So you are going to print star star 2005. Tell me what is value at 2005? Value at 2005 is 1010. So star 1010. What is value at 1010? That is 300. So you are giving 300 address. So when you give 300 address to this first printf, this is nothing but 300. When you give an address 300, from 300 it prints entire string up to null character, because you have specified %s. So this printf prints work. So you have the one option which is work. Either it should be A or it should be none of this. So now the first printf is printing work. Right. Now this is over. Now let's evaluate the next one. If you don't have none of this, then it could have been so easy to answer it. Now next, Z is equal Z plus 1. Now what do you have in Z? Z you have 2005 and 2005 plus 1, which will go to the next address, that is 2010, which is equal to 2010. So now I'm updating again, which is 2010. Now the star Z, next star Z is equal star Z minus 1. So now what is there at Z? 2010. Now you are going to do star 2010 minus 1. First tell me, what is it a value at 2010? That is 1005. 1005 minus 1. So this is 1005. If you do minus 1, you will go to 1000. So you will get 1000. So the value at Z, the star Z is nothing but what? If you look at the star Z, Z is having 2010, star Z is 1005. So at this location, you are updating to 1000. Are you able to understand what I am saying? So 1005 at 2010, you are updating 1000 because the content should be updated at star Z. What is Z? Z is the 2010. What is value at 2010? 1005. That 1005 is updated to the 1000. So now we got this completely, right? Now directly we will go for star star Z. What is the star star Z? Look at star star. What is Z? Z is 2000. 2000. Tell me what is value at 2010? That is 1000. And what is at value at 1000? That is 100. I think something which is, did I miss anything? Just let me look at it. Did I miss anything? Sometimes it could happen. That should go to, yeah, perfect. Star 1000. What is value at 1000? 100. So we got 100. So just I was looking at 100 only, but 100 plus 3 you have to do, right? You have to do plus 3. The plus 3 is missing here in the third statement. That's what the mistake. So 100 plus 3. Where did you go? 103. What is 103? If you evaluate this, you got the complete answer is 103. So when you pass 103 as an address, it will print from E till the null character. So this will print E. So work E. Is it clear? Yes. Everybody? Any doubt in this? Telegram. Just you can go very easily, right? Search the Deva Sir Gate. You will get directly a group. You can join there. Okay. You can ask any Gate CS student who is there in Geeks for Geeks. They'll get to know. You will get to know. Fine. Let's move to the next one. So when you call the two strings when and what will happen to this the return value? So they are asking about return value. I think you have tried this. Should I directly go with this? So now what is X pointing to? X pointing to when, right? The first character of the string it is pointing. And what Y pointing to? What? Is that correct? X and Y. This is what X and Y has right now. X is having an address of the first character of the when, Y is having the address of the first character of the what. Now the for loop is doing some job. This is a for loop. Of course, initialization is not there. Condition star X is equal star Y, which is true. The star X, that's content at the first address is W only, which is true first time. It will go inside and it will check. Is that star X is equal null character? No. So it will go to the X increment, right? X plus plus means X is equal X plus 1. So what happens? This X will point to here and Y will point to here. Correct? Again, the star X is equal star Y, the HH. So it will go to the here. It is not a null character. So again, it does X increment and Y increment. It will point here. And now star X is not null character, right? So again, it will go to, so now star X, is it equal to star Y? Right now, I'm sorry. Right now, star X is equal to star Y. No, star X is what? E. And here A. So this is not equal. This will fail, false. So it will come out of this loop and it will come here. Star X. What is the star X? E. And Y is A. So what is E minus A? In case if you forgotten the ASCII values, maybe 65 and the lowercase uppercase letters ASCII values, we can easily understand. If A is X, then B, C, D, E. This is X plus 1, this is X plus 2, and this is X plus 3, and this is x plus 4. It's simply like x plus 4 minus x, which will return 4. Will to understand? Yes, 4 correct. Good. Okay, this is a 2017 gate question, and again you are having an array and the pointer pointing to the element of an array. Of course, both are here character pointers only, but one character pointer pointing to the string, other character pointer pointing to the element of that string. Yeah, 16. Yes, if you know the values, you are well and good. You can easily answer that directly. 69 minus 65, which is equal to 4. That's good if you know the ASCII values. So this is going to return some integer value, right? You are trying to find a length. You are trying to find length. So here you should give a string address. You give an address of a character, and from that character it will find out till the null character what is the length of the string. Okay, so address of the character should return. You can do similarly without knowing even the ASCII values. You can easily find out what is this. So now first find out C plus 2 of P minus 6 of P minus 1. You know, you can write this is as P of 2 minus P of 6 minus 1, where the P pointing to P is pointing to the first character of the C. When you do P of 2, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? 12 is null character. P of 2 is refers T, so which is nothing but C plus, which is T, minus P of 6, that is I, minus 1. Same problem. Knowing the ASCII values, remembering could be very difficult. So another way to do is, which comes first? TRI, I comes first. So what you can assume, I is, let's say, some ASCII value X, then you can easily compute what is T. X plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is X plus 11. Now you can put here to understand the what value comes out. X plus 11 minus, it is X minus 1. So, sorry, 11, right? X plus 11 minus X minus 1. Plus X minus X cancel. 11 minus 1 is 10. C plus 10. So which is going to be here. And from here, that you need to find till the null character. Only 2 characters are there. So it is going to pass address of the 1. So this is going to pass address of 1, this entire thing. Now you need to find the string length. What is the string length of this 17? Which is 2. It's going to print 2, which is another gate question. And most of the pointer related questions are depends on the strings or depends on the arrays. And I have seen so far the most of the pointer related questions depends on either strings or depends on the array of characters. Yeah. Next interesting question that you have. This can be also answered if you can understand what is this given. And everything is an address. If you know it, then you can choose very easily. This is the only represent addresses. Here you have a value, here you have a value, value, value. And if you know this refers address without analysis also, you can answer option A. But I want you to understand clearly how that address calculates. Okay, answer is given by me anyhow. So what is the meaning of X plus 3? Okay, should I refer this first? Okay, let's see. What is X? X is having the 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each has the 3 elements. I'm sorry. Each has 3 elements. You can store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In exam, please don't do all these things. Only while practicing, first time you do all these things. Once you get a clarity, you can do very quickly what is happening here. Now x plus 3 means address of x of 3. Everybody knows that. That means the 0, 1, 2, 3. So its address. To know this address, look at what is given. Assume that address of x is 2000. So the whole array is going to start with 2000. If this is 2000, this will be 2000, the integer size, 4 bytes they mentioned. So 2004, 2008, don't write all these things, but know about it, right? Each one is having the 12 bytes. So definitely this one will start 12. And if you want to write, you can write, but in exam, avoid it writing. This will be 2024. So this will be 2036. 2040, 2040. Okay. Now, what is the address of x of 3? Which is this address. Address of this 2036. 2036. And this means x of 3. And x of 3 is same as address of x of 3 of 0. If anybody understands a means address of a of 0. In place of capital A, put x of 3. X of 3 means address of x of 3 of 0. Right? So it is also going to be 2036. First element of the fourth row is also 2036. And what is the meaning of this? X of 2 plus 3. X of 2 plus 3. What do you mean by this? Address of x of 2 of 3. But you know, x of 2 of 0, you know, right? X of 2 of 1, x of 2 of 2. Next is x of 2 of 3. That is also going to be 2036. And people are confused as, sir, 3 is not there. It's not there, but after index 2, if you want index 3, you can go here. If you want, see here, minus 1, x of 2 of minus 1. So this is 0, right? 0, 1, 2. If you want minus 1, using this x of 2, you can also access these elements using negative index, right? So this is x of 2 of 0, x of 2 of 1, x of 2 of 2, x of 2 of 3. Using this row name, you are using, you are accessing the elements of even third row. So there's a 3, 4, 5. There's a minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. So this is how you can access the elements, and all will print the same address. Correct? So all these kind of notations we discuss in regular classes. Even the previous classes I had a discussion over the 3D array. In case if you have not referred them, if you have not revised them, please watch the previous lecture, which is on 3D representation. Go ahead. Yeah, one topic is like, you know, what are the problems that you may face with the pointers? So this topic or this question will cover the concept of the problems with the pointers. Okay. What is each program has? Read the question, consider the following 3 functions. Which of the above 3 functions are likely to cause problems with the pointers? So which one is wrongly you are handling the pointers that may cause a problem during runtime 2? Look at here, the x is, I didn't discuss storage class, but still I'll discuss. If you are aware, then you can understand. Is auto local variable, right? Automatic variable, which is local to this block. And once you exit this block, this memory is not there. The memory which is created for this block, when you enter this block, it is creates x, and when you are going out of this while returning, it will destroy the memory allotted for x, right? Now you have taken the address, let's say 1000 is the address of x, and you are passing 1000, and once you are going out of this memory is deleted. Are you getting? And whichever, let's say you are dealing like in some other function, p is equal to g. When you call this function, g returns the 1000. The p is a pointer which holds 1000, and 1000 is not user space anymore, because the address returned by this function is no more exist. Previously, when you were here, the address of x exists. When you went out of this and you went to other function where the g function is called, in this scope, there is no 1000 because 1000 was deleted from your user space. So now this likely to cause the problem. This problem is called as the dangling pointer problem. Address is hold at P is invalid. So P is here dangling pointer. What is it? Dangling reference or dangling pointer. Why it is called as dangling pointer? The pointer is referring the invalid address, which likely to cause a segmentation fault, because you are dealing with the wrong address system. Operating system may not allow you to access 1000 because 1000 is not any more user space. Okay, the next one, the px is auto local variable, right? Is having the garbage value. Means garbage means unknown, random value, and px has random value which you have not assigned it, and now you are dereferencing uninitialized pointer. Px is not yet initialized yet because it is having garbage value, and this is also called as a wild pointer. Px is here wild pointer because which is not initialized yet. And the reference, if you look at int star px is equal to something like address of y. That is how you initialize. When you don't initialize, this local auto variable has a garbage value, unknown value, random value. You are trying to dereference uninitialized pointer, which is again likely to cause segmentation fault. This is uninitialized dereferencing, also called as wild pointer, because you are trying to dereference uninitialized pointer. So this is also likely to cause a problem. The other one, this malloc is a function which creates, let's say size of integer is 2 or 4, let's say 4. This creates a 4 bytes and returns the address of that 4 bytes. Now the px stores address of that 4 bytes, and at that 4 bytes you are storing 10, which is allowed because you are already created, and now you are assigning 10. That memory will have, this is a heap memory. That 4 bytes or 2 bytes will be created, and let's say it begins with 2000, and now px is having 2000. That is pointing here. Now it stores 10 as you assigned. Return px, that 2000 is returned from here. That 2000 is the valid memory address. As long as you don't free it, that memory exists. So 2000 you can take it from here and you can use in other functions because this is dynamic memory, and the heap is that heap address you can create anywhere, and that address you can send to any function, you can use it. Right? Don't lose 2000. If you lose a 2000, it will likely to cause the memory leak. So that memory leak is another problem. If you don't handle the 2000, if you don't return it, the memory leak will happen. It's a good way to write a program, and this will not create any issue, and this is good program. So only P1 and P2 likely to cause the runtime problems. Yes, exactly. Correct. Now only in one the likely to cause a problem because it is created on the stack, that will be automatically destroyed. But here the problem is the stack is not deleted. It is the problem is, see, even forget about the px. The problem is, the first problem you are trying to dereference. Second problem is you are sending the address. Px is not having the valid address. What is the use of returning it? Are you getting the px is having garbage value. So this is okay, but I don't care. It's no meaning at all. First problem is here, and second problem might be here, depends on what do you initialize. And you already not initialized. There are two problems which may face here. Yes. Okay. Another interesting question. Suppose I call a gate exam, then what will be printed here? Star Q. Take 1 minute time to solve it. You should know every expression, how it evaluates. Yes? Okay, great. That's good. 𝐂𝐸𝐸𝐿 and null character. This is stored somewhere in your memory as a buffer, and the P is a character pointer which is referring to the first character of the GATE exam. Let me refer some addresses. Easy to understand. Did I correctly write? Yeah. Now what is Q? Q is the another character pointer which is having same as what P has. P is having 100. Now this will also have an 100. Now what is the statement? Star Q plus plus, which means, you know, there are two ways to deal with this. If you look at the C precedence table, the plus plus, the post increment appears in the first row. If you look at C plus plus table, it appears in the second row of the precedence table. It doesn't matter where it appears because the meaning will be same. Right. Anyhow, you will evaluate right to left. Correct. Q plus plus will be done first and then star. But Q plus plus itself says increment later, which means the first you have to do star Q. The second you have to do Q is equal to Q plus 1. As the star Q are not assigning to anybody, there is no meaning to this line star Q. So this is equal to Q is equal to Q plus 1 only. The whole thing which evaluates simply Q is equal to Q plus 1. The star Q you are not printing, you are not assigning to anybody. So star Q will not go anywhere. Right? It's a useless statement basically. So Q is equal to Q plus 1 happens. That Q as 100, 100 plus 1, the 100 plus 1 will move to the next element which is 101. Which is 101. And next, star plus plus Q. And plus plus Q will happen first, then star. And which means the first one is Q is equal to Q plus 1. And then after incrementing Q, you have to use here. And second, you have to use star Q. Again, star Q, no use at all. So this is also equal to Q is equal to Q plus 1. As you are not assigning to anybody, like if you write X is equal to star plus plus Q, then this star Q will go to the X, but you are not assigning to anyone. So the star Q again, no use. Now Q incremented again, which will be 1 or 2. And what is minus minus star Q? Minus minus star Q, nothing but the star Q is going to be decremented, which is same as star Q is equal to star Q minus 1. And what is the star Q? That star 1 or 2. What do you have? T. The T is going to be decremented by 1, which will be S. And now you are sending star Q. That star 1 or star 1 or 2. What is star 1 or 2? Evaluate 1 or 2, S. So the S is going to print here. That is B. Yes, it's good. Is it clear? The second option is right. So every step clearly mentioned, and first statement is also same as Q is equal to Q plus 1 because star Q was useless, and second statement also star Q was useless, but Q is incremented at any cost. So definitely you will be having the third statement. You are going to the value and that value is decremented, so T become S. Everybody? Any doubt? You may ask immediately. The output of the above program. It's a very simple program, right? Char star str and percentile d slash n. What happens if you do it? How that stores basically in a string. Anyone? Very interesting program. If you know what this line does, that will be sufficient. See, you have incremented twice. you did -2. See, if I store percentile D slash N and null character, right, or the /0. If I store this somewhere and assume this is 100, 101, 102, 103, right? Even you are not aware exactly. So str is having an address initially here, and you increment it twice, that is here, and you did -2, you will get 100 only, right? So you are giving the printf 100, 300. What happens when you do 100, 300? The system understands at 100 there is a string. That string is same as the percentile D slash N only, and it is exactly same as this 300 will be passed here. It will print a 300. Okay, very interesting example how actually printf works in this program. Okay. So here no need to worry, percentile D will be considered as a single character or not. Obviously percentile is a symbol D, and that is may be required 2 bytes. A similar question we did once. There's another gate question which is similar to the previous one. To understand what is X, address of X of 0. What is X plus 1? Address of X of 1. What is the star X plus 1 and then star of that? So which is same as star of X of 1, which is same as X of 1 of 0. So I'm just simplifying to help you. And this is star of X plus 1, so X of 1. X star of X of 1 plus 2 is X of 1 of 2. The X has 2 rows and everything is mentioned in the question. That is, the first element is stored at 65514 and integer occupied at the 2 bytes. So this will be 65516, 65518, the 65520 and 65522 and 65524. Now address of X of 0, it's X of 0, right? Address is 65514. Right here, yeah, 65514. Address of X of 1, the first element address and its row address same, 65520. In the X of 1, what is of 0? Of 0 is a 4, right? This one will give you 4. In the X of 1, what is 2? 0, 1, 2, that is 6. So you are going to print 5514, 5520 and then 46. So the first one itself, is it matching? Yes. Exactly, option E. Good. Okay. Just take a 1 minute or 2 minutes time. I'll be back. So addresses always prints what? In unsigned form. So you take percentile U only. The A is a static array, so address is very, the size is very easy to compute. Only the problem is here, size of P. Anyone? A? Why A? So there was no assumption here about address. So if I assume size of address, of course that is impossible in today's computer. Just assume 2 bytes. Then your answer is easy. Normally today's computers, they'll give 8 bytes, right? Almost 64-bit address system is there with us today. So size of address will give you 8. But just by assumption only, assume, that's it. If you don't assume, very difficult to answer it. Now, the first one, size of A. What is A occupying? A occupying with G, A, T, E underscore E, X, A, M and also null character. How many bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 bytes, so 10 returns. And this is nothing but the what P holds address of the character, right? P holds address of character. And address in a system decides mostly 8 bytes that you see today, but I assumed it's 2 bytes, then only you can answer it. This is 2. Okay, so option A. But remember, when you run this computer, mostly 10,8 prints in today's compiler. That's what I tested, what it runs. Today, I just run the online compiler, which has given 10,8 because 8 was the address size. Okay. Yeah. I hope you understood, right? I'll be taking one more session on the practicing the questions. As I have another class today after this, so please you may attend that, how to prepare for the gate, which I'm going to help you how to prepare the syllabus and how to revise, practice, and when to attempt, how to attempt the test series in the next coming session. So meanwhile, and from here tomorrow will be starting discussion. So by the time, I know you can practice the remaining questions of the assignment questions. And thank you so much for joining today's session too. In case if you have any queries, that you can join my Telegram group, with the name is Deva Sir Gate. So you can search in Telegram and you can join the group and you can ask any doubt if you have. And any other doubt right today? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you.